Hey my enchanted peeps, I'm here today to wish you all a happy new year. I hope that 2015 was good to you, and if it wasn't, hopefully this year will be better, but I hope this year is amazing and awesome for all of us. So first of all, I am going to show you today my spread for spiritual helpers for the new year. But first I'd like to say a huge thank you to Ann Maddox for mentioning me in her post. She posted a video saying about channels to follow, and she mentioned me in it, which I'm really honored by because she's one of my favorite YouTubers and I think she's amazing. If you don't follow her, go check out her channel. She talks about tarot, she talks about chaos magic, she talks about Jungian psychology. She's amazing, very well spoken, very intelligent lady, and I'm really honored she mentioned me in that list. She also mentioned lots of amazing people. Some of those people I already follow, and then other people I started to check out, and I think they're all amazing and great. So go over to her channel. I'll put a link in the down bar below and find that video, and yeah, go and check those people out because there's a lot of great people doing great things, and I think the more we spread the love around, it's great. And thank you to all the people who came over, who subscribed because of that. That's wonderful and awesome. Thank you. And to all the people who were following me before. I mean, I think it's amazing. I'm almost up to 1,000 people, which I will be doing a giveaway for when I reach 1,000. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it, and I'm honored that so many people would take the time to hear what I have to say. So without further ado, I'm going to talk to you about a reading that I do at the beginning of the year, and it's a spiritual helper reading, your spiritual team for the year of 2016 is what I call it. Now you can adapt it. Maybe you're not pagan, maybe you just want to know the energies you're working with for the year, in which case you could use sort of a more general type oracle deck. But what I do is I kind of want to know who it is I can work with in different areas of my life for the year of 2016. Now, I know that a lot of Wiccans celebrate Samhain as the new year, and traditionally and spiritually it is. However, I feel like we're living in this time now, and there's so much subconscious and collective energy around the new year. I like to use that as a new start. So while I honor Samhain still as the old new year, I honor this one as the present, the new year that we live in right now. So what this spread is you can keep it small, you can do it large, whatever you like, is I take out all my decks that are God and Goddess decks or Ascended Master type decks. And I'll show you the 6 decks that I work with. You may just choose one you want to work with, or you may choose a bunch like I did. It's completely up to you. So I'm using, this is a first for me this year using this deck, but the Archangel Oracle cards, there they are, by Doreen Virtue, in case there are any angels that would like to work with me this year. I'm also using, sorry, I have it behind me. This deck I've had for a while. This is the Goddess Oracle. That's what the back looks like. I don't have the box for it anymore. This deck is a few years old. The other Goddess deck I'm using is Goddesses and Sirens. I'm also using the Gods and Titans deck, the Ascended Masters Oracle cards, and finally the Goddess Guidance Oracle cards. So I use 6 decks in this reading. And the reason I do that is I kind of want a plethora of all the divinity decks I have to choose from. So what I do is I'll show you in a minute what the spread looks like, but I pick one card that's a central deity to work with throughout the year for everything. And then I have one spot that's for air, and I see that as sort of like mental health. One spot for earth, which is like your physical health. West, which is spiritual health. And then finally, for south, I have creative health. And so what I do is I take a dice, I know, and I roll the dice. I assign a number to each of these decks, and I roll the dice, and whatever number comes up, that's the deck that I need to pull from for that position. And then I shuffle the cards, and then whatever pops out, that's who wants to work with me. And so in that way, I'm giving myself a lot of options as far as what energies would like to work with me this year, what deities would like to work with me this year. It is a very sacred thing, and you know, I usually have sacred space and candles, and I just get into that mindset like I'm open to, you know, what divinity has for me as a message. And so you can keep it simple as that with those 5 cards, or you can make it bigger. And this is what I did is I then broke that down into the 12 houses of the zodiac. So I'll show you in a minute again what that looks like. But I did for creativity, I pulled a card for music, a card for writing, a card for art, because I love doing those things. For the West, which is spirituality, but also relationships, I pulled a card for my primary relationship, for relationship with my children, my stepkids, and for family and friends. And then for the physical, I pulled a card each for the job that I have, my everyday job, my home, and for money. And then finally for the East, I pulled a card for the business that I'm doing, like with reading cards, learning, what I want to learn this year, and then also travel. So you can make this spread as big or as small as you want, but it's basically about assigning first what areas you want to kind of get some guidance for in your life this year, and then either using a deck or multiple decks like I did to pull a card to say, hey, who wants to work with me, or what type of energies can I work with this year? And I write all down, and for me, it just gives me kind of guidance as for what I need to do for the year. So I'll show you in a sec. I'll turn the camera around. I'm still waiting to get what do you call it? I don't know what you call it, but sort of for my tripod, I want to get something that'll hold my iPhone because that's my camera. And so if it shakes a little bit, I'm just trying to be as steady as possible, but I need to show it to you because it probably sounds a little weird when I explain it, but if I show it to you, it'll probably make an awful lot more sense. So just a minute. So this is what the spread looks like. Actually, I should try to get it more in the screen. There's 4 there. So you can keep it really simple like this. Obviously, my central one that I picked was Rhiannon to work with this year, and self-trust. So that is the theme for the year, the major theme for me. Then I had for health, for mental health, for air, I had Artemis, which is selfhood. For north, which is health, your physical health, I have Aphrodite. And over here, I have Uriel, which is claircognizance for spirituality, and then Ishel, medicine one for creativity. So just to give you an idea, I mean, obviously yours will look different, and then you can keep it as simple as that, just a basic 5-card reading, and that can give you an awful lot of information for the year. I decided to take it further and break down different areas. So for example, and excuse my bad camera work here, this is what I got for my workplace. Oh, Jesus, which is kind of interesting. And then this was for money, and this is what I got for home. And as you can see, they come from a variety of different decks. And then over here is my relationship one. I'm sorry, I gotta get a better camera system for this. Anyway, this was Jophiel for my my relationship, with my partner. For children, I got Isolde, and I got Athena for family and friends. And then for creative projects, I don't know how to pronounce this, and I'm going to have to learn more about him, but Avalokitesvara for music, Maui for art, and Achilles for writing. And then over here, in the last section, I got Baba Yaga for my business that I'm starting. I think it's really interesting this is authenticity, because that is my word for 2016 is authenticity. So I was very excited when that came up. I got Pomona for learning and Inanna for travel. So like I said, you can adapt this spread to however you like. I mean, you may not have a bunch of creative projects going on, so you may want to ditch that part, or maybe you want to know more about relationships, you want to focus on that. Whatever it is works for you. I mean, the spread is very adaptable, but basically just pick some areas in your life that you want to know about, and then get a deck that, you know, whether you're working with angels or different gods and goddesses, or, you know, maybe you don't work with any of those. Maybe you just wanted to pick a tarot deck or an oracle deck that gives you just some general guidance about energies you want to work with this year. So I hope this was helpful, or at least interesting for you, and I hope everyone has a wonderful, wonderful 2016. Once again, thank you so much to everybody who's following me, and to Ann Maddox for the lovely mention. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.